Coming up on Mountain News this morning, grant money has been awarded for facilities helping people at recovery centers. Plus, one eastern Kentucky county celebrated a day of giving back to first responders.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. My name is Amelia Lee, and we are just seconds away from 6:30 on this Tuesday, October 29th. Now, we'll check in with meteorologist Drake Foley. And Drake, something I've been doing recently with the colder weather is reading books outside. And you may think, wow, outside, Amelia? Not really. I sit in my car with the windows down because of the wind. But is this going to be some good weather for my outside reading, Drake?
Well, you know, since you're sitting in your car, it might be a good idea even to have the AC on and maybe just the windows down. I know that's a little wasteful, but I know that you don't really like that, hotter weather. So this is kind of the closest you're going to get to it. Maybe the wind would help a little bit, but if you ever want to know when to go to your car and read, you can download that WYMT First Alert Weather app. That QR code right there will get you your latest forecast. Right now sitting at 55 degrees and humidity has dropped a little bit. Feels like 55 outside too, so we're sitting right where we should be. Now, Sunday, you get an extra hour of sleep. Those clocks do go back 1 hour. And then after that, our sunrises are going to change and our sunsets. Sun's going to start to set at 5:25. And today's National Cat Day, so we'll talk about our cat nap forecast. It's perfect for a nap all day. 57 at 7 a.m. and then by 5 p.m. sitting at 77 degrees. Amelia?
All right, Drake, thank you. A judge has denied a request to reduce a murder suspect's bond. M.K. McKinney is accused of killing Amber Spradlin last year in Floyd County. His attorney argued McKinney's $5 million bond is excessive and that he's not a flight risk. Judge Eddie Coleman denied a bond reduction, saying the current bail is reasonable given the charges. McKinney's father, Dr. Michael McKinney, and Josh Mullins are also charged with tampering with evidence in the case. The three men are expected back in court in February. Crews in Wayne County, West Virginia, and Lawrence County are investigating a fire which left at least one person dead. That fire happened yesterday morning. Crews were called to a home in the 2100 block of Mill Creek in the Fort Gay area. The home was destroyed in the fire. Officials say remains were found inside the home and that the person's name has not yet been released. A Wayne County, West Virginia woman has been accused of harming a disabled child who was in her care. The report incident happened earlier this year at the Cross Lanes Child Care and Learning Center in Kanawha County. A former employee at the Learning Center told police that she witnessed Amber Seiler hitting a 4-year-old special needs child in the mouth. Seiler was charged with battery and assault of a disabled child. 2 people are facing charges after a large amount of drugs were found in a Laurel County home. Jamie Deaton and Alicia Isom were arrested last Friday following a 2-month investigation. Police say a search warrant was executed at a home on Roy Duggar Road. Police say fentanyl, assorted pills, and drug paraphernalia were all found. More than $43,000 in cash was also found. Deaton and Isom were taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. In Pike County, a woman is facing several charges, including assaulting a police officer. The incident happened when police responded to shoplifting complaints last Friday at the Pikeville Walmart. Police say Lori Fields picked up items and then left without paying for them. She reportedly resisted arrest and then began to fight officers. Fields was found with fentanyl, cocaine, and other drug paraphernalia. And here is a warning from the Whitley County Sheriff's Department. They're investigating recent thefts from vehicles in the Corbin and Bee Creek areas. If you have a car, you are being asked to remove the keys and lock the doors. You're also asked to take out items within view from the vehicle's windows. If you have any information about these thefts, you're asked to call dispatch at 606-549-6017. Yesterday, Attorney General Russell Coleman and Director of the Opioid Abatement Advisory Committee traveled to Somerset to celebrate with Volunteers of America. They were awarded 2 grants totaling more than $1.6 million to go towards the VOA facilities in Pulaski and Lincoln counties to help support the different programs at the facilities. CEO of VOA, Jennifer Hancock, says the impact the facilities have on the community cannot be measured.
We have seen so many people come out and utilize our services. We have our stakeholders here spreading the word that we are a safe, quality provider, that we can help them make measurable, meaningful, long-term change and get into long-term recovery.
She says Volunteers of America is also looking to build a Freedom House in Stanford. Plans have been approved to begin construction on a new federal prison in Letcher County. The Bureau of Prisons will purchase approximately 500 acres of land in the Roxana community to build the prison. Officials say it will be designed to hold roughly 1,400 adults in custody. And here is what Congressman Hal Rogers had to say about this new prison. Quote, "I think you'll see more gas being sold and groceries being bought and people buying other goods and services in Letcher County. So this will be a big spark in the economy of a county that needs jobs," end quote. Congressman Rogers says it will take approximately 1 year to begin construction on the prison, and this prison has been a topic of discussion for many years. Renovations are underway at a southeastern Kentucky Community and Technical College campus. Administrators with SKCTC have announced a $3 million renovation project that started at their Pineville campus. Crews will be working to install a new HVAC as well as a new roof, new flooring, and fresh paint. Administrators did not release a timeline for the project. Governor Andy Beshear says yesterday was a historic day as the federal government announced a new era of funding for the state's energy infrastructure. The USDA's Rural Utility Service is giving the state more than $1 billion that will go toward clean energy, distance learning, and telemedicine. Mariah Congado has more from the announcement.
It's one of the biggest investments in our electric infrastructure since the New Deal.
89 counties in the Commonwealth will benefit from this investment. The U.S. Department of Agriculture Rural Utility Service Administrator Andy Burke says this money will ultimately give people a better quality of life.
We are going to invest up to $1.4 billion in grants and loans to make sure that the energy that's produced here is cleaner, that the grid is more reliable, and that we have a more affordable energy future for East Kentucky.
Burke says this funding is possible because of the Inflation Reduction Act. East Kentucky Power Cooperative will get more than $670 million of it to construct 757 megawatts of renewable energy for rural areas, among other things.
You're going to see this co-op transformed into one of the cleanest electricity producers in the country as a result.
Representatives with East Kentucky Power Cooperatives say in doing so, they'll still be competitive and offer good rates.
East Kentucky Power Cooperative will reduce annual carbon dioxide emissions by estimated 2.3 million tons per year.
The second part of Monday's announcement is the more than $5 million that'll go toward 8 distance learning and telemedicine projects. Recipients include Bowling Green, Warren County Community Hospital, and Monroe County Schools.
It's the largest grant that we have ever received, so we are so excited.
Governor Beshear says this money will spark intragenerational change and a greener energy portfolio for the state.
As governor, I'm proud of today, but as a dad, I see an even brighter future for my children based on the investments that have been made.
Mariah Congado, WKYT.
Leaders say they will announce and seek approval for the various projects this money will fund. The projects will also create hundreds of new jobs.
Yeah, so over the next little bit, we're going to have above average temperatures and a spooky cold front on Halloween, and a few rain chances do come with that cold front. Heading out to the bus stop this morning, it's sitting at 55 right now. When the kids are heading out to school, 57. By the time they get to lunch, though, still sitting in those 70s. And then we're getting to the high 70s by the time they're heading home. So you'll start off with a jacket and you won't really need it later. And then after you drop off the kids, go grab a coffee. A medium is perfect for today, sitting at 55 degrees and staying partly cloudy for the rest of the day. Amelia?
All right, Drake, thank you. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says they have dispatched more than 200 crew members to North Carolina to help with recovery from Hurricane Helene. They are working with crews to cut trees, rebuild roadways, and more. The first few crews left from the Lexington, Flemingsburg, Jackson, and Pikeville highway districts earlier this month. Officials with the Transportation Cabinet have announced that one road in Morgan County will be temporarily closed due to construction. Crews will be working on Kentucky 437 in the Elementon area today. Officials say crews will replace a drainage pipe at mile point 1.76. The work will start at around 8:30 this morning and should be completed by 2:30. If you're driving, you can use Kentucky 172 and Kentucky 589 as alternate routes. Yesterday was National First Responders Day, and Pikeville celebrated area heroes with an event at the city park. First Responders Appreciation Day brought officials, frontline workers, families, and more to the park for a recognition and awards ceremony, taking time to spotlight the work done throughout the county by firefighters, police officers, and more. Organizers say the event was all about giving back to folks who put it all on the line for their communities.
We want to let them know that we care about them, and we do see what they do every day, and we couldn't comprehend what they face every day, what they go through every day to keep us safe.
Hamilton says the event has only grown through the years, and she is glad the community wants to recognize its area first responders. If you're excited for Halloween, so are Kentucky State Police, as they offer tips to keep you and your family safe this season. KSP says drivers should slow down and stop for trick-or-treaters. Always look both ways before crossing the street. Try to stay in well-lit areas or carry a flashlight. Trick-or-treaters should only approach homes that have their porch lights on, and parents and caregivers should always stay with young kids and make sure that children know to never enter someone's house or their vehicle. If you would like to know the trick-or-treat times for your county, we are working to compile a list of when and where you can find those sweets. You can just visit our website, WYMT.com, and if you would like to share your events or trick-or-treat dates, you can email us at news@WYMT.com. Thank you for joining us. It is now 6:42. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. Man-made threats are affecting sea life in the Maldives. We will explain what's happening.